Today is, what is hurting you? What is bothering you? What is holding you back? Pile one. Pile one, you wish you could travel, go places that you've never gone. You wish you didn't have to carry so much load. You wish you could just look good and go. You wish you had more clothing. You wish you could travel more. You cry a lot about money that was never given to you. Maybe you are in partnership with somebody, cahoots with somebody. You do a project with somebody, a business partnership with someone. And a lot of the times you don't see or reap all the rewards. You walk away without getting paid. Maybe they short you $50, short you $100. They owe you. The contract doesn't go through, so something happens. The equipment taxed more. You're always walking away with like these trails of $50 being left behind, $100 having to be left behind. You know, it's like your money is there. You have money, but some of it always is left in the past. You have to move forward without having to take this money with you. This hurts you. You feel like even if you had like a grandfather who may have left money for you, but it's held up and it can never come to pass. It's like every time you go to they have special people that are in organizations of wills and old money. And it's like you can't seem to unlock this treasure chest. This key is nowhere to be found to your grandfather's inheritance towards you. And this annoys you. You also are hurt from having to leave at a young age, having to travel at a young age, having to be by yourself all the time, having to see the beauty in life all the time on your own. Pile two. What are you hurt about? You're hurt about a breakup. You're hurt about someone you had to leave, someone who you thought you could spend your life with, you could still tell thousands of stories with. You're hurt about having to pick up and go. You're hurt about how beautiful the past used to be, how nice life used to be as a child. You're hurt and you don't even want to admit this hurt. So you try to pour into other people's cups and you try to do plenty of other things for other people, say yes to other people. You'll host the party, you'll host the barbecue, you'll make the food, you'll make the drinks. You will pour out, even give to others financially, emotionally. This hurts you. This bothers you. This pisses you off. You wish you could stop giving to people because every time you give to people, you feel you have to walk away. You feel like it was a waste of your time. This still hurts you. You feel like your father could have left you, abandoned you. You feel like an uncle, a good friend left you. And those were the good days. This still hurts you. This still bothers you. Next pile. For some of you, you miss being the magician that you always once were. Maybe you used to sell drugs. Maybe you used to have a really good job. Used to be at the top of like a position in your life. You used to be at the top. Okay? And you used to be able to do anything, spend any amount of money, do anything, eat any amount of things. Like you were kind of a little addicted to a lot of the things that were going on in your life. I had a friend the other day tell me, were you in your hoe stage? So for some of you, you were in your hoe stage and you missed that. But it brought you a lot of hurt as well. It brought you an empty home. It brought you a home that you may not ever want to step back into. If that home is from your childhood or a year ago or 10 years ago, you don't want to go back there. You also are hurt because you haven't found, I heard what you're looking for. You haven't found that joy that you want. And that has to do with your past joy. So something in the past made you really, really happy, that great job, that great area for you to hustle, that something, and this home. This could be your childhood home. You really miss your childhood home. You really miss being on top of the world. You really miss being able to just, I don't know, not have to pay rent. You really miss not having to contribute to the household. You're really pissed off that your parents make you pay for the light bill. You're really pissed off about this. You're like, you should be, on an adventure at this point. Your life should be like mashed potato with chives on top. You should have everything. But unfortunately, you're a little bit pissed off because you have to provide for everyone. You always have to provide for everyone in this particular household. This hurts you. This hurts you. This hurts you a lot. This hurts you a lot. You're hurt. Next pile. You're hurt because you had to move. You had to move. You had to move countries, move states, move towns. You're hurt because a relationship, a marriage was dismantled. It was taken down. You guys both believed in each other at one point. Y'all both wanted it to work. May have done a lot of things in the best way that you could. This person, somebody in the relationship still lights a candle for the other. Yeah, somebody definitely does. But you're hurt that you had to separate. You're hurt that you had to move. This was your wife. You still want your wife back. You're hurt because you don't have your wife. You're hurt because you don't have your husband. This person, you and them don't get along anymore. You're hurt about this still. You're still lighting a light for them. You're still lighting the road for them. You think that they'll come back. You're hurt. You're even hurt that everybody watches this relationship. Watched how this relationship crumbled. Watched how this relationship went from marriage to baby to household to happiness to unfolding and to exposing and to demolishing and to cheating and to, I don't know, a whole bunch of other stuff that we don't really want to get into, but you're hurt. Very hurt. Sometimes you like pretend that everything's okay and that you're getting through life easy, but you feel very disappointed of the fact that you're hurt, that your relationship didn't work out and everybody is watching, still watching. At least that's how you feel. Next pile, why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? You're hurt because you want to be a whiz kid. You want to be a magician. You want to be more powerful. You want to be able to climb the mountain top to all of the places where the, magicians are. You want to be the best witch in town, the best preacher, the best this, the best that, the best talker, the best communicator, the top ranking OG. You want to be the best. This is why you're hurting. You're hurting because your cups seem like they're always empty. You're moving, but you're not moving. You're walking, but you're not really walking. You don't even have on the right amount of shoes. Your boat's always moving, but you never have anything in the boat. All your cups are empty. Maybe someone's in your life, but they don't contribute. Maybe you gave away the key to your heart and now you don't have it. These are the reasons why you're hurting. You're hurting because sometimes maybe you put your hands to witchcraft or you put your hands to do something and it doesn't pan out. And you're trying to figure out, is this my purpose? Maybe you need to eat more beets. You're hurting because you feel like underground there's something for you. Like the devil's always scheming something for you while the angels are saying, come on, you got this. You're hurting. You're hurting. You're hurting. You're hurting because you don't have any more strength. You can't keep going forward And it's almost like you take 2 steps forward and you take 2 steps back. Everything always seems like a goddamn restart. Everything always seems like, okay, I bought a house and then it went into foreclosure. Okay, I bought a car and then I got into an accident. Okay, I did some spell work and I don't see the results. Okay, I tried to make the best meal for my family and everything burnt. Why did I spend $200 on groceries only to come home and burn it? Next pile, why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? Oh, your money looks good. Sometimes you're hurt about when your money comes in and how it is and what's going on with your money. But overall, your money looks good. You're hurt that you had to work so hard to get this money. You may have cried about a time in your life where you never had any money. And you now have a perfect house, things are aligning, you defeated your competition, and yes, you have all this money. But this was draining emotionally, physically. One of your arms might be weaker than the other at this point. I've never noticed that, but it's like you're so drained from having to work so hard. So you can barely enjoy everything that you've attained. You could have a Lambo by now. You could have a very nice house. People are very jealous of this. You could wear the best clothes. You could have a decent job that no one's going to kick you out of. Money just spits out of your mouth, your bank account, like money's nothing to you. This is why you're hurt. You're hurt because there's no people in your life. There's no real people in your life if they're not there for money. Why are you hurt? Next pile. Next pile, you also have a nice home. But you're hurt because everyone's always talking in your ear. You're hurt because everyone's always saying something about how you need to change this, change that, do this, do that. Apply this, go here. You feel like everybody else is always trying to micromanage you. This could be your husband, your boyfriend, your best friends, your parents, your in-laws, etc. But you have a very nice home. I mean, you could have kids. You know, the paintings could be really nice. When people come over, they enjoy themselves. But you feel like you're abundant and yet can't even enjoy your abundance because everyone's always in your ear about whatever bullshit's going on in their lives and however else you should spend your money and how you should redo the backyard and you should paint the deck and how you should change your hair and how you should make sure the kids go to swimming on Sundays and how you should have finished university on time and how you should have bought that car when it was in, a specific season. So you're hurt that no one's really listening to what you got to say. So you hide your money in secret. But you're hurt that you have to hide your money in secret because everybody else really desperately wants to know how abundant you'll be if they shut up. I feel like you have Italians in your family or you're surrounded by Italians. I don't know why that's specific, but there's a lot of chitter chatter. Next pile. Why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? Believe it or not, I was in the bathroom, just came out the shower, and something said, do a quick reading on why people are hurt. So here I am. Why are people hurt? Next pile. Why are you hurt? You're hurt because you lost somebody. Someone had to go down in the grave. Someone had to go down in the grave. Someone had to pass away. Your mom, your cousin, your dad, your sister, your brother, someone who is close to your family, close to you, someone who you thought was bringing in the bacon at one point, someone who could have left a child behind, someone who also was doing spiritual work. This person didn't die for no reason. This person was attacked spiritually. Somebody had a voodoo doll, and this is also contributing to the person dying. Someone had a voodoo doll on this person. You're hurt because you may have a very annoying father or mother that's in the military or a police officer. And it's like the person who died doesn't matter to them that they're dead. Not anymore. You're hurt because this person doesn't have like a celebration for them every year. You're hurt because you guys don't visit the grave. You're hurt because talking about this passed over loved one hurts this masculine person, this alpha female or alpha male with a lot of masculine energy who has a very rigid mentality because of what the military teaches. The military doesn't teach you about being emotionally sensitive or having emotional intelligence if it's not for their benefit or the company's benefit or the purpose of, defeating your enemy. So you feel the need to guide your own self and have virtue for your own self, but you're hurt about this. You're hurt because you felt like we should have been a family. We should have been a unity. We should have been in union. We should have laughed more, talked more. We should have done all these things. And then you got this masculine who could care less, this person who could care less. It's almost like some people in your family, when they pass over, nobody wants to talk about it anymore. You're hurt about this. Next pile. Why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? You can't get pregnant. You can't get pregnant. You can't get pregnant. You can't have this happy home that you've always dreamed of having, and everybody's waiting for a baby. Maybe you got married 6 months ago. You can't give birth. You've lost 10 babies. You feel like the devil's on your back. You feel like there's no way, there's no hope. I might as well adopt. You might have a dog. You might have a pet. They may want to seek out having a pet as well. You're hurt that you cannot bring to pass a child. There's something wrong with your uterus. This message could be triggering. They could have cut you. You could have had a cut. You could have got an injury. You could have fibroids. You could have some sort of difficulty with your womb, and you're hurting about this, and it's making me emotional as well. You're hurt about this. You're hurt that people are still waiting for you to have a baby, and you know there's not one coming. You're hurt because this is making your happy home turn upside down. You're hurt because maybe you've tried to get pregnant numerous times. You're hurt because maybe you've put in the paperwork for an adopted child and it can't seem to pass through. You're hurt, but I heard for this pile, God will let you prevail. But you're hurt. You're hurt about this situation. Next pile, why are you hurt? Ooh. You're hurt because there's a lover. There's a lover that's not in your life, the one that has the key to your heart. There is a lover who's supposed to be your road dog, your princess, or your side prince, whatever you want to call it. Y'all are supposed to be, together. But there's something you didn't see before that you see now. There's something you didn't understand, but you understand it now. It's almost like your eyes were in the clouds. You couldn't see who your lover really was. They didn't want you to be like, how do I say, guns loaded? Because they knew the enemy knew if you were to be with this partner, y'all would do some things, some damage to society. Y'all would take over the world. Y'all would be known as royalty. Y'all would be known in the community as the bad ones, the badasses. The whole community would be staring at y'all when y'all sit at the table. When a couple gets married, everyone's staring at the table. It's like the community would be doing that for years. For years. This relationship was kept quiet for a while. And when people found out, they said, oh no. So they blocked this relationship. You're hurt about this. because this is the only person who pumps your heart, and you're the only person that pumps their heart. It's almost like you didn't see the secret in the forest. You went into the forest. You were supposed to get the secret. You were supposed to get the key, the special glasses. You ran into the forest as a little kid. Peter Pan guided you. The fairies guided you. Everything was going to work out. And as soon as you left the forest, it's like poof. You're like, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Where's my knapsack? What just happened? Where's my compass? What just happened? What just happened? And just as much as your bag went missing, so did the love of your life. You're hurt about this. You're hurt that the love of your life is no longer present. And you were, as I hear the Spirit say, too stupid to notice that she or he was the love of your life. Next pile. Why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? You put your foot in your mouth. You always do. Maybe you tell a lot of lies. Maybe you pretend to have more than you already have. Why are you hurt? Because you did a lot of things that maybe you shouldn't have put your hands to. Paid a lot of magicians. You did some dark, devious stuff. You applied some fleshly methods to your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is disgusting. You're hurt about your decision making. You're hurt about something you read, you did, a will, a contract, you signed away your heart, your mind to the devil. You did something. You signed to a cult, a pact. You made an oath, and you're like, why did I do this? Now I don't know how to set myself free. You're also mad and hurt because there's a woman who has more money than you and you're jealous of her, or this woman is the one that you have to go now to pay in order to set yourself free. And she may be someone really close to you. This could be your wife. This could be your girlfriend. This could be your mother. You have to pay your mother or your girlfriend or a lady who you would like to marry in order to help you set free from the contract that you made with these doorknobs. Because you wanted to be Mr. Masculine. You wanted to be Mr. Big Guy. And if this is a female who's listening to this and you did this, you yourself signed your heart away, your mind, your spirit to a female cult. And you're like, yes, I could be the baddest witch there is. I could join this sisterhood. Yeah, you don't have to be a witch. You could be joining a sisterhood and it's still a cult. And you're like, oh my God, I got to go to this person high up who has a lot of money that I don't really want to talk to, but I know they can help me get out of this. But you know they're going to say, cha-ching, ching. It could cost you $800 or $80 to start. $80 to start the process or $800 just to set you free from this contract that you signed with the enemy. And they're watching you. You're hurt about this decision. You don't even know why you did this. You could have gone somewhere, taken some tools from a magician, a high priestess, but he's a dark high priestess or she's a dark high priestess and you have no idea why you did this. But there is a savior out there for you, but you're hurt because you know it's going to cost money for you to go to this person. And you may really, really like this person. Like I said, they could be your mother, your girlfriend, your wife, or they could be your father, your boyfriend, or the one you want to marry, your husband. And they ain't worried about you because they know you come in. They're not worried about the direction in which you go because they know all roads lead to them. This is why you're hurt. We out.